Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube. Woohoo! And I'm happy to see you guys. I'm happy that you guys are watching this video, and I hope that everybody's having a great day. And if you're not having a great day, I hope that this video pushes you to have a better day, for your day to get great, okay? Because we're gonna have a good day. All right. So I'm here to talk to you guys more. I'm gonna get this more. This is gonna be more of a spiritual video, okay? So I want you guys to have an open mind, you know, and I also want you to know that everything that I'm about to say, if you're watching this video, it's because a part of you is already aligning yourself over here, okay? So a part of you already knows and is very much aware of what's happening, all right? So, welcome. Welcome to this video. All right. And what I'm going to be talking to you guys about is the things that you desire, everything that you ever wanted, where you want to be, what you want to have, and everything like that. And if you're in this place of like you're seeing the opposite and you're having a hard time with your emotions and you're very much frustrated and you're very angry and cases like, a part of you doesn't even think that you can have those things, you're in the right spot, okay? Because we're going to get you to stop thinking like that. Those are all lies. Those are all lies that you're telling yourself, lies that you have allowed yourself to believe, part of your environment, your parents, whatever the case may be. But I'm here to tell you that that is just repeated thoughts and repetition that you have put into your subconscious mind that now is showing automatically into your conscious world, okay? Now, I want to simplify this whole thing. So I'm going to bring up a movie example. And that movie today is going to be Click. If you guys have seen that movie is hilarious. It's really funny, but it's also it's actually really emotional too. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a good movie. Y'all should watch it. But it's with Adam Sandler in the movie, okay? And Adam Sandler is this architect in the movie that he is trying to get his family to be out of struggle, trying to make them happy. And he's working hard. And he has wife and kids and he has the parents and things like that. And he finds his kids, his kids are constantly like, Daddy, come and play, or whatever the case is. Or like the mom is like, oh, I need help with this, or like she just wants to be with her man or whatever. And all these things are distractions. Like he finds them as distractions and annoying, and like they're keeping him from working and actually doing what he has to do, because all he wants to do is make his family happy and, make with money though. Like he wants to promote his life so they can be, in the material with happiness and things like that. Now, he focuses so much on this, right? He's just he finds his family really annoying. And at one point he goes to like a Best Buy. And like while he's at Best Buy, he finds this guy, he's like weird dude, and he gives him like this remote. And with this remote, he can fast forward things in life, and he can go backwards, and he can pause things in life, right? And what he decides to do with this remote is that every single time his wife asked them to do something, or the kids were around, or whatever the case may be, he would just skip, fast forward, whatever the case is. He was just not there. He wasn't present. So he was always having more time to go back to his job, his work. Okay? And not to make the story long, eventually, what ended up happening was that he kept pressing that skip button so much that he didn't know that the remote was actually picking up on everything that he found, like a nuisance. Like the remote was just picking up on everything that he didn't find important. That would just skip it for him. It would just become automatic. Like it was just recording everything. Okay. Now at the end of the movie, he does he does make progress, and he does get the things that he wants in the sense of like the material. Like he does get promoted. He does become rich, I guess, and everything like that. But the problem was that since he wasn't presently there, putting his attention also to his kids and his wife and everything, his wife, she felt neglected, so she divorced him. the kids, the son ended up being just like his father. Like, he ended up putting work above family. His daughter end up getting more, like, his daughter ends up having a second father in her life. And, you know, in the movie, he's a very jealous man. Like, he doesn't even like the fact that his daughter is calling another man dad. Okay, so he got exactly what he sold. Exactly what he sold. Right? He got his promotion in life, but he didn't get his family. He didn't get the peace and the love and all that happiness with his family because he wasn't there. He wasn't putting his seeds there. And the remote became automatic. That was the automatic result of what was happening. Every single time he kept pressing on something, that's just what it became. Your mind and your subconscious thinks the same way. Reality is the same. It's very similar to that very movie. Okay? Everything that you're putting in, like everything that you're putting your attention to is what your subconscious mind is recording as important. And everything that you're not putting your attention to, your subconscious mind is also recording that too. To the point where it's just like you keep doing that over and over and over and over, it becomes an automatic thing. Like your mind, like your reality becomes like that. It becomes automatic. Okay? And the thing is, a lot of us are not really aware of what we're putting into our minds. Okay? A lot of us are just thinking thoughts and going on social media and talking to people, you know, any type of way and just complaining about whatever. It could be anything, as small as traffic, whatever it is. A lot of us are not aware of what's happening, you know. And because of that, your subconscious mind becomes an odd, like I said, it's impersonable. Everything becomes automatic. All right, I'm back. I had to run an errand. I had to go to my kids' school. I had a lot of stuff to do just now. But I'm back with you guys. In 2 seconds, I was back. I never left. Okay, so basically going back to what I was talking about with your subconscious mind. Eventually, what you say to your mind, it becomes exactly what you do. If you repeat something over and over and over into your brain, by the time you say it, by the time you know it, you'll start speaking like that out loud. You'll start acting like that. You'll start reacting like that, okay? If you speak nothing but love and positivity all the time to yourself, guess what? By the time you start talking to other people, whatever case is, you're more patient, you talk very nicely. Why? Because you talk nicely to yourself. You're a nice person to yourself. Start talking like that without even having conscious awareness of it. Like the movie Click, your subconscious will become automatic. It will just become automatic. Everything you do will become automatic, okay? So, because you can have good automatic actions and then you can have bad automatic outcomes, right? How do we get out of this if it's automatic? Well, I'm here to tell you you're in the right place. I'm here to tell you that God already chose you. God chose you, right? God chose you to wake up from this. If you're watching stuff like this, there's a part of you that's already aligning yourself to naturally to it, okay? There's a part of you that's already aligning itself to better, okay? Because right now there's people that are not even awake. They're in that, living their lives automatically, right? And even if you try to talk to them, they will not receive it. They're not going to receive it because their mind is not ready to receive it. They're just not there. Okay? So the fact that you're here and you're listening to this video and you can understand this video, you can comprehend this video, there's a part of you that understands this type of knowledge already. Okay? There's a part of you, and that's because God chooses his people. You don't choose God. God chooses you, okay? So, there's a part of you that's already like stopping in awareness, that's already aware of what's happening and whatever case is. And if that's you, I'm just here to give you a push, okay? Further into that direction, okay? I'm not here to tell you nothing new. I'm not here to tell you anything that you don't know already or whatever case is. There's a part of you that's already saying everything I'm talking about. It's just whispers. It's just so low sometimes that you cannot hear it, okay? But it's there. I'm just here to crank up the volume to that, okay? I'm here to crank it up. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks it will be open. Or which one of you, if his son asks him for a bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a serpent? If you then, who are evil, know how to give to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven will give good things to those who ask him? He won't give you. If you do all this, if you're doing all this, you're putting your mind, your kingdom right here. You're bringing your kingdom, and you're planting your seeds and everything like that. You're putting positive things. It will start reflecting. He won't give you the opposite. Okay? That's not going to happen. Because your God wants you to be peace. He wants you to have love. The universe, source, energy, whatever you want to call it, source is you. You are source. It wants you to be in peace. And it knows that peace, love, prosperity is what makes you feel good. He doesn't want you to feel disconnected. It's always trying to be, and it's always seeking your well-being. And you have to believe that. It wants you to be at peace. But we got to change up here. The thing is, you hold everything that you ever need already inside. God didn't make you incomplete. God didn't make you lacking something. Okay? You're already complete. Everything that you ever needed is inside of you already. But yeah, Luke 17 says that the kingdom of God is within you. And then in Genesis it says that you was created in God's image. All right? Now, with that being said, anything that you desire, you can literally tap yourself into that feeling. You can tap yourself into that feeling, right? Because those desires, you can imagine what that already feels like. You can feel it in your heart already. If you slow down and you pay attention to what you want, you can feel it already. You can feel those things. Now, again, you're probably not used to allowing yourself to feel those desires. You're probably not used to imagining yourself with that thing. That when you tell yourself that I am beautiful or you're rich, it feels like cringy. Or like your nervous system is like pulling back with that. Because you have built it so much into your subconscious that now you're identifying with it. Okay? So you have to start now, every single day, watering your plant. You have to start watering your plant. Okay? That everybody wants to do the work of taking over their emotions. Now everybody wants to do the work of working towards their mind and everything like that because it's hard. It's not an easy thing. In the beginning, it is hard. For some, it may be easy. But in the beginning, for those other people, it may be a hard thing. Okay? It may be a hard thing. But guess what? Brick by brick. One step at a time. One step at a time. Okay? You change your thoughts. You change what you're putting into your mind. Okay? And then don't have no doubts. You have to have faith. Faith, according to Hebrew 11, is the confidence in what we hope for and the assurance about what we do not see. Because in the beginning, you're not going to see it. It's not going to be visible. You're not going to see the results right there. You're not going to see it at first. You start saying, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, and you're living in the projects. You can be like, well, I don't see that I'm rich. I don't blah, blah, blah. In the beginning, you're not going to see it. But start feeling that you're rich internally. Okay? And have faith in that. And it says, Hebrew 11, verse 3. By faith, we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible, right? Think about winter time, the winter. All that snow and all this stuff. You think, that a flower is not going to grow out of it. No, we know that a flower eventually is going to grow out of it. With the ground and whatever case is, the dead trees or whatever. But there is a seed underneath that. There's a seed being planted already, waiting for its moment, and then it starts to bloom. That's the same way. The subconscious to conscious, 4D to 3D, as above, so below. Your heaven, your earth. Okay? The kingdom of heaven is already within you. Luke 17. And all you have to do is just tap into that emotion. Tap into that you are already everything. Okay? Tap into that. Start there. We're going to start there. Getting ourselves our own way and allowing ourselves to believe that we can have these things. Practicing every single day this thought. So to the point where it's just like it feels natural to say that. It doesn't feel unnatural to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, I'm beautiful. And you're like, ugh. No. It feels natural. It feels natural to say I'm rich. It feels natural to say I'm healthy. Okay? You have to keep doing it and then saying it and saying it. And after that, after you're saying it over and over and over, start moving like that person. Start moving like that already exists. Okay? You have to move. You cannot be saying I am healthy and then, you feel like you're not healthy. You feel like you're fat or whatever, like you're the most unhealthiest person. So then you start making these unhealthy ass choices. No, you have to say I'm healthy. I am healthy. I am health, or whatever the case is. Remember, your I ams is God's language. When God spoke to Moses, he said, I am who I am, okay? So you start saying your I ams, right? And then after you say your I ams, you start moving in that. You start moving in that. Each time you feel like a negative emotion or like some type of whatever the case is, you literally have to consciously switch your mind. Switch it. You have to detach yourself from the outcome. Okay? It's already in works. God already heard you. You asking it over and over and over and over if it's going to happen is you doubting. Okay? It's already there. It already exists. For every demand, there's a supply. Okay? It already exists. It's already there. If you can feel it, you can imagine it, you can visualize it, it's because it's already existing in a different playing field. Okay? Sorry, phone had died. But those moments that you're waking up in the morning, or taking a shower, going to sleep, going to eat, those moments of like silence, like where, when your mind is like relaxed, that's where you have to pay most attention of where you're feeling. Before you go to sleep, try to visualize those things that you want, right? And think positive and go to sleep feeling good. Because when you're going into sleep, that's your subconscious mind right there. Like your subconscious mind, you're turning off your conscious mind and now you're turning on your subconscious mind. Okay? When you're waking up in the morning, start your day with visualizing your desires, visualizing visualizing and feeling what that thing is. And not only that, I want you to start appreciating, the things that you do have already. Because the more you appreciate the things that you have already, your brain will start picking up, okay, they like this and they like that. Let me start looking for more of this. Start looking for more evidence of that. Let me these type of people or these type of things or whatever cases, And like I said, there is many things to be appreciated of. There's many things. You're alive, you're breathing is one to be appreciated. Like you got to appreciate that everybody wakes up in the mornings, So appreciate whatever you have. Find joy. Anything that is draining your energy, anything that's bringing you disconnection or whatever the case is, minimize that. It's not like, okay, you got to pretend to always be happy. You're not pretending to always be happy. But what you're doing is that you're now aware of where your energy is at. And now you can start basically prioritizing what needs your energy and what doesn't. Okay? You can start being selective with how you go based off your emotions and everything like that. So let's say if you're feeling sad, you can feel sad, right? But you cannot feel sad forever. Like you cannot dwell into that emotion. You cannot let that become your identity, to now you can say, oh, I have depression. No, you can only allow yourself to feel the emotion, right? But also know that you have the power to also shift the emotion when you're ready. Okay? Now, another thing I will say is also start saying your I ams. When you wake up in the mornings or when you go in bed at night or when you're taking those showers, whatever the case is, take some moments and say your I ams, your self concepts. When God was talking to Moses, what did he said? I am who I am. That is God's language. That is God's language, okay? That's God's language. When you're saying I ams, those are God languages. You know, power is in the tongue, okay? So when you're saying I am, you know, whatever you don't want, you're putting that on you. And you need to cut that out if you're doing it like that. Say I am in a positive way. With that, I'll leave you guys. I'm leaving you with that. Let's start seeing and being what we want to have in this life, okay? We can have it. Because God said, for every demand, there is a supply. And God is already extending himself to you. God wants you to have peace. He wants you to be abundant. He wants you to have love. Those are all divinely desires. Okay? God does not want you in sufferment. He does not want that. Okay? You just have to align yourself. Okay? Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and you will be answered to. Okay? That's just how it works. It's the universal law. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I'm laying down. It's just my phone has died and I'm stuck on this charger. And I just wanted to record this video to get it going. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Yeah, and if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Look at me. Subscribe down below. And give me a comment. I want to see you guys. You know, I know this is a message to somebody. And this is, like I said, this is nothing new. What I'm telling you is nothing new. Your mind and your subconscious mind and everything is somewhere in there. There's a grace of God that's in you that is already putting this feeling in there, okay? I'm just a reflection of you. So thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, catch you guys on the next one.